So at Crossroads, we have been listening over the past few years about the different needs that we have here in the Diocese of Newark. And we know that you can't have healthy children without healthy families. And so Crossroads intends to meet the needs of all ages, of all people, in all of our parishes across the diocese. One of the areas that we thought that we could be of greater service would be taking camp to our congregations. And that would be through day camp. Starting the summer of 2013, we began partnering with churches, hosting day camps across New Jersey. It's where Crossroads sends its very, very well selected and trained, excited staff out into the community to run a camp-like experience in the congregational setting. And I know from the years of experience of running day camps how much fun they are and how they meet the need for our parishes. Over the years, the old Vacation Bible School model, at least the one that I was always aware of, has changed a lot because most people work now. And so we meet a need in our churches of helping them to implement these Christian education experiences.
When I went to Crossroads, I thought of it as, I'll be at camp, just be a counselor or whatever. But then they told us that, we had to go to day camp. I'm like, okay, it's going to be like Vacation Bible School. But what we were doing was so much different than Vacation Bible Schools, like teaching children how to adapt to our way of expressing Jesus' love and stuff like that. So when we came, they were expecting, the Vacation Bible School, oh man, we can't just play video games and, just run around. Like, we actually have to sit down and listen to what these people have to say. And the first couple of days, it like really tests your patience and your persistence seriously, because you're there for a purpose and you cannot give up. Like,
I think it was kind of the same thing when we did day camp at Epiphany in Orange, because so it was mostly, that was a church in an urban setting, so we were with a lot of kids who were from that neighborhood, and it kind of seemed like they weren't used to the amount of like love and support we were giving them. And that's part of our mission at Crossroads, to love and support the campers.
We think of day camp as being a third Christian ed, a third outdoor ministries, and a third evangelism, because it's a great tool for our congregations to reach out into their local communities.
It's nice to see, like, okay, I'm not just some crazy person. Somebody's actually receiving what I have to say. And like Dolores said, of course there's some kind of resistance, but that's fine as long as you listen to me, and and it's not like, and it wasn't like telling people what to do. It was just sharing new ideas and inviting somebody to believe it. And it wasn't like we had all the answers, because we don't. Like, we're young adults. We don't have, we're just trying to get the answers too. So it was nice to share that with a younger person, because we kind of get where they're coming from, and they have all these like why, and we're like, well, we don't know why either, but let's try to figure it out together. So it kind of felt like making a friend and helping take your friend to a different place.
Reverend Sheila came to me last December and said that we were looking to start some kind of a program to do some kind of a camp in the summer for the Patch Kids, and wondered if there was something that could involve music. And my mind immediately went to drumming. I've been the music director here at St. Stephen's Church for 15 or 16 years, and I'm also a public school music teacher. And in my teaching at school, we do a curriculum called World Music Drumming. And I've worked with 5th and 6th graders with this drumming for many years and found it to be very successful. particularly with students with special needs. It's very speech-based, rhythmic speech-based, and we start with things very simple. Something as simple as, what's your name? I would play a rhythm like, what's your name? And the students would answer, Kimberly Williams. And we go around the circle and everybody gets a chance to play right off the bat because everybody can say their name. And then you just transfer to the drums. And we build from there using other familiar kinds of things like your favorite food. Pepperoni pizza works really nicely, especially when you then combine half of the circle playing that, the other half of the circle plays something just as simple.
For me, the most important and exciting part of doing the drumming project was working together not only with the St. Stephen's parishioners and community, but also our local community. We applied for and received a grant from AXBIM, which was a great help, but that only went so far. We had to borrow some of our drums. We also had to engage our local community in supporting us. The local restaurateurs in Millburn supplied dinner for 21 children, plus all the adult helpers, of which there were about 35 during the course of the week, every single evening. And it was wonderful to be able to have really, really delicious food to share with those kids.
St. Stephen's Church has as its guiding principle to be a place where love begets love. This has been a place where we have moved and engaged in social justice by listening to the community.
We believe that our drumming project offers an opportunity for children of all ages to come together, to work together, to listen and to experience what it means to be a part of a team.
Had a wonderful miracle that happened at the end of the week where a parishioner from a neighboring church came to us. We had invited the congregations to join us because they have their own drumming circle. It turns out only one person could come, but that person turned out to be a native of Côte d'Ivoire, who grew up drumming and dancing, and who also happens to teach African dance in the Alvin Ailey extension in New York City, and who is far more experienced with working with children in this type of setting than I was. He came, he did our closing session on Friday night, the whole group together. We had some parents who were able to come and join us, we had some parishioners who joined us, and he had the kids in the palm of his hand from the moment he began to drum, and it was the most exhilarating experience. And whereas I had hoped we would maybe get to here, we were all up here by the end of that evening, and it was just the most wonderful thing, and I felt blessed to be a part of that, and that the children had a moment like that with someone of that caliber.
We're looking forward to hosting our kids again as we go forward this year, and looking forward to hearing wonderful new music, wonderful vibrant action, wonderful vibrant transformation yet again.